Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. So the doubt expressed with a couple of people, the dhriti that we saw, Satvik dhriti, very easy to understand, so also Rajasic. Tamasic people get stuck up in, okay, because it doesn't look like dhriti. Dhriti means an act of will, no? Whereas you are being lazy, indolent, getting stuck in your grief, etc. It doesn't look like dhriti. It's a very peculiar form of dhriti. Yeah, very peculiar form. Because what is to prevent you from letting go of these things? Some stubbornness here by which you are holding on to these things. No, never was it clearer to me when I was dealing with a therapist. Because therapists also have to go and talk to somebody or the other. Where do they go? Anyway, so I was dealing with this therapist and said, I have a lot of anger in me. I said, yeah, that's very evident. Whom are you angry with, number one? He said, my father. I said, okay. What are you angry about? Something that happened when she was a 12, 13-year-old kid. I said, okay. So he did something bad that time, okay. In a sense, not bad as abuse or something like that. Just she didn't get what she wanted. That's all. It meant a lot to her and she didn't get it. Fair enough, sometimes parents have to say no. Then after that, the years after that, how was he? Oh, very supportive. He sent me abroad to study, paid for my master's degree course, And when I come back to India, I've been very supportive, this, that. I said, in all this he has been supportive. Why are you holding on to that one incident? You have talked to a couple of friends, you are talking to me about it. Let go of it. No, I want to be angry for some more time. She was 35 when she told this to me. She has been holding on to the anger for more than 20 years at something that happened in childhood. Isn't it time to let go of it? But you are not letting go. That is called tamasic dhriti. And we may all have something like that in our lives. Something that we are holding on to, some anger, some grief. Sometimes it may be out of ignorance. We don't know how to let go of it. Seek help with people who are familiar with such situations, or with spiritual teachers, therapists, whatever. Do what works. Do what works so that it can be dealt with. If you don't deal with it, that is a form of tamasic dhriti. Okay, then going ahead. He has dealt with everything. Various aspects of things he has dealt with. Now he is dealing with sukham. What gives you joy in life, happiness in life. Sukham. Okay. Then he says, Sukham tu idanim trividam shrunu me bharatarashabah abhyasad ramate tatra dukkhantam sanigacchati yat agre vishameva pariname amritopamam tat sukham satvikam proktam atma buddhi prasadajam. Very interesting. This has been very often misinterpreted also. Sukham tu idanim trividam shrunu. Hey Bharata Rishabha, best among the Bharatas, a bull among the Bharatas, okay? The one who stands out, okay? So among the best among the Bharatas, Idanim now, Trividam Sukham Shrunu. Listen to Sukha also, which is threefold. Threefold in terms of Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic. What is that? Abhyasad Ramate Tatra. It takes some abhyasa, repetition, practice to get there. Okay? And if you get there, dukkhantam sanigacchati, you come to an end of all sorrows. Yat agre vishamiva. Beginning it seems difficult, poisonous. Poisonous means difficult. So a struggle is involved. Pariname amrita upamam. When it modifies, once you stick to it, amrita upamam, it becomes like amritam. This sukham satvikam proktam. This is called satvika sukha. And atma buddhi prasadajam. It is born in you only by your knowledge of Atma. Atma buddhi prasadajam. That means what? He is talking about self-knowledge. The joy that you gain out of self-knowledge is presented as Satvikam Sukham. Atma Jnanam. You are always Ananda. Always Ananda. Whether the circumstances of life are a pain or not. You are fine, you are Ananda. Happily you are going about doing things. Happily you are dealing with the issues in your life. Happily you are going about with your illness and good, bad, ugly experiences in life. Then why does he say Agre Vishamiva? Because in the beginning it is difficult. No? Saturday evening there are 100 things to do. No? I mean, come on here, Saturday evening, half of you are very young people. And not so young. So, 101 things to do on a Saturday evening. Abhi Gita class mein baithne ka hai. Yeah. Pariname amritam. But in time, when the whole transformation happens, okay, amritam, because it is making you discover yourself as an immortal being. Nothing affects you. You are free from the limitations of time and space, of existential issues, everything. But in the beginning, yeah, you have to confront yourself, self-analysis. Oh my God, I got so much of Rajasic things in me, yaar. Thought I have to deal with these issues. So, a lot of issues have to deal. Just sitting in a class doesn't make you necessarily a great student of Vedanta. Remember, a great student of Vedanta, I said right in the beginning, Viveka, Vairagya, Shat Sampatti, Mumukshutvam. All this has to be cultivated. A certain sense of objectivity. But my subjectivity is, I'm not really subjective, I like it that way. Yeah, I like it that way is what we call subjectivity. No, I think this is better. For me, okay. If you are saying this is better for me, all right. No, this is the right thing to do for everyone. Subjectivity. 101 things like this you have to confront about yourself. Vairagya. What is your secret sorrow? What is the thing that you are keeping hidden and not dealing with? Mastery of your mind, physical discipline, samadama. Karma yoga nishtaha uparati. Titiksha, ability to put up with pinpricks of life. Yeah. Acceptance of people. Forbearance. No, that is not easy values to cultivate, isn't it? They take some effort out of you. Some intellectual and emotional effort. Yeah. Therefore, agre vishamiva, you have to put in something. Vishamiva is an exaggeration to highlight the difficulties involved in it. Yeah. But once those things are there and you are open to the learning. And abhyasa dharmate also, he says. Abhyasa meaning some practice of meditation, etc. Jnana abhyasa. Because you have to own up and make it your own. No? That takes some meditation. So, when you do, in the beginning, there is difficulties involved. There are challenges involved. Yeah. Because we are questioning your whole identities. Every identity of yours is questioned. No? Yeah. Identities which made you successful in life. Identities which got you some joy and happiness in life. Yeah. So are you going to get stuck at that experiential joy, or do you want more than that? Are you going to I'm stuck with the career success, I'm happy with that, I don't want anything else? Or I'm successful, I'm a mama, I don't want anything more than that. I'm happy with my students have kids. Look, my youngest kid is on this, student is on the screen. Yeah. Yeah, my youngest student is on the screen. See? Yeah. It is the existence of people like this that prolong my life, okay? Don't worry. For you to learn, we are going to create teachers for the future also. Okay, yeah. So, the beginning, these identities are checked up, challenged. And you have to keep it only as a point of functioning. Just a point of functioning. Me being the CEO, or what do you call, a parent, or a partner, a lover. The point of functioning. They will give you some joy. Yeah. But that's all. Are you going to get satisfied with that, or you are going to go towards your limitlessness, understanding that you are limitless itself? Yeah. So it's the limitlessness that what we are seeking. That Ananda that is born of self-knowledge, he presents as Satvikam Sukham, where in spite of things going in successes, in spite of things not working out, in spite of everything going haywire, you still Ananda. That is the beauty of it. It doesn't depend upon making your life right or your environment right or anything. You are fine, irrespective of everything. Yeah. Okay. All right. Therefore, this is Satvikam Sukham. Okay. Then what is Rajasikam Sukham? That is easy. All of us have experienced Rajasik Sukham. Okay. Yeah. Vishaya Indriya Samyoga Yattad Agre Amritopamam Pariname Vishamiva Tat Sukham Rajasam Smritam. Vishaya Indriya Samyoga. Okay. That which is born out of your sense organ coming in contact with the respective objects. Where is the party tonight? Yat agre amritopamam. Where is Saturday night? Natural to party. Yeah, natural. And you are partying, knocking off one shot of the other. It's great fun. Can you say it is not fun? If you are saying it is not fun, you have now been to a party, or you are approved. Yeah. How can you say it is not fun? Yeah. Dancing half the night away, the music. Yat agre amrito upamam. Yeah. It's like amritam in the beginning. And he says, Pariname Vishamiva. Next morning you are getting up with a hangover. No, that is not very pleasant. We had a wild party last night. Yeah, it was great fun. But today, hey, turn down that music. Turn down that noise. What noise is no noise? It's splitting my head up. Pariname vishamiva. Yeah. Or you went for a great meal, hogged, stuffed yourself. It was great. Ona Sadhya. Onam is around the corner, I forget when it is. 10th or something or what? Somewhere, anyway, whatever. It's not marked here. A great feast you had. God, I couldn't eat anything more. But next day what happens? In the indigestion. Yeah. So anything excessive, that is becomes Rajasic Sukham. That, because there's always a price to be paid, that's the problem. Okay. There is always a price to be paid. You can't say there is no price to be paid. No? The fatty liver, BP going up, Pariname Vishame, none of them is healthy. Like somebody said, the only way a rich man can be healthy is if he lives as though he is poor. Eat simple food, walk a lot, things like that. So we'll get into a car and drive 5 miles or drive a couple of miles to go into the gym and run on the treadmill. Yeah. Paradoxical. No? Whatever it is, okay? Whatever it is, you all know it. All Rajasic Sukha for which there is a price to be paid afterwards. That Sukha is Rajasic. Any type of. See, in Satvikam you pay the price in advance. You put that discipline, this, that, etc. into you, then you are fine. Then you are left with only Ananda after that. Here you are getting that Ananda before, and there is a prize afterwards. It's like going on a holiday with a loan, and then the next 3 years you are paying off that loan. Foolish. Very foolish thing to do. It's not a very smart thing to do. Okay? Yeah. Okay. It's a different thing if you are investing in things like education, etc. Okay? Taking an educational loan or a loan for your house and things like that. That's entirely a different picture. Okay? This we are talking only the fun part of it. Okay? Yeah. All right. Then if this is Rajasic, what is Tamasic? Simple. Yad agre cha anubandhe cha sukham mohanam atmana niruddha alasya pramadotam tat tamasam udahrutam. Yad agre in the beginning, anubandhe cha when it is going, and at the end also. That sukham which depends upon deluding yourself. That sukha which involves a lot of self-delusion, like what? Born of sleep. अरे 8 घंटे सोया अभी और क्या कितना सोने का है? Today is Sunday, I will get up only by lunchtime. But you didn't sleep last night over? No, I went to sleep by about 12 o'clock. Then 8 o'clock get up, no? Nidra, Alasya. Hey, come on. The project has to be completed. I'm goofing off. Alasyam. Just get up and go for a walk. क्या करने का यार चल के मिल के. Too much of traffic on the road. No, I know side roads where there is no traffic. No. All pollution में क्या चलने का? Deluding yourself. Yeah. Deluding yourself. And pramadotam, indifference. Born of indifference. Hey, your partner is upset with you. Come on, sit down and resolve that issue. She said she's okay. But you know how she said that okay? Pramadotam, tat tamasam udahratam. That type of sukha that you get. Tamasam. Why? The whole premise is that. No? Can you deny that sleep is a happy experience? Can you deny that fact? Sleep is happy. Yeah. And the problem, of course, in modern world is that we are not getting enough sleep. Most of us are sleep deprived. But that doesn't mean you sleep deprived throughout the week and Saturday you sleep 12 hours. Doesn't work like that. Doesn't work like that. Yeah. So just like being sleep deprived is not healthy, excessive sleep is also not healthy. Damaging to your system. What about cat naps? Cat naps are healthy, power naps are healthy if you have not had enough sleep in the night. So how much deep sleep do you require? It varies from individual to individual. Below 6 hours is damaging to your system. Above 9 hours is also damaging to your system. This is medical research, okay? This is medical research. Below 6 hours damaging, over 9 hours also damaging. So now you decide. Within that, each person will have some variation. I am fine with 6. Someone may require more, that's okay. 7, 8, okay. Someone I require at least 10 hours sleep. Tamasik sukham. And hitting your snooze button more than once is a sign of tamasic sukham. Then why not keep the alarm half an hour late and get up in the first ring only? Why snooze? If you're snoozing 3 times, half an hour is gone. No? Keep in half an hour late, na? And then get up. You have to feel, I'm getting another 10 minutes. Understand it is tamasic sukham. We all may be guilty of doing it, that's okay. Understand at least. Be honest to myself. Yeah. Tamasic sukham. Yeah. So all this. Satvikam, Rajasikam, Tamasikam. There is place for everything in your life, okay? But the idea is, it is sensible to go in for Satvika Sukham. Sensible. And of course, a little bit of Rajasic Sukham in your life. You are a human being, your pleasure centers are there and you need to enjoy that. If you can't enjoy Rajasic Sukham, there is something wrong with you. Or there is a lot of conditioning, you are brought up on guilt, etc. Religious guilt is too much in you. That can also happen, okay? And if you can't enjoy a healthy night's sleep, then there is something wrong with you again. Should be able to enjoy sleep. No? What about an afternoon siesta? Okay. Modern medicine says if you have been sleep deprived, an afternoon siesta is healthy. In hot climates, an afternoon siesta is healthy. Ayurveda says get most of your sleep in the night. An afternoon siesta is only for children or senior citizens. So I am excused, okay? So now you decide what do you want to do. If you're really feeling tired and sleepy, catch a nap. No, Swamiji, come what may, however late I sleep at 12 o'clock, but 5 o'clock in the morning, I will get up and do my yoga. Please don't. You're putting too much of stress on your system. If you want to get up at 4:30 in the morning and do your yoga, make sure you're getting 6 hours before that. Otherwise, your body will benefit from that extra sleep rather than that yoga practice. Unless you are such a great yogi that you start the yoga practice with meditation and you are in samadhi for an hour, then all these rules go out of the window. That 1 hour of samadhi will get you completely fight. Yeah. So these are all practical ways of looking at certain things in your life. Okay? Based on modern medicine, traditional medicine, both. Here are both the perspectives. Now decide what you want to do. Okay? I think this is clear, no questions? It's simple, yeah. न तदस्ति पृथिव्यां वा दिवि देवेषु वा पुनः सत्वं प्रकृतिजैर्मुक्तं यदेभिः स्यात् त्रिगुणैः त्रिभिर्गुणैः. Okay. Okay. न तदस्ति पृथिव्यां वा दिवि देवेषु वा पुनः. There is, it's like an English expression. There is nothing on heaven, on earth. Same way. Natadasti, there is nothing like that. On Prithvi, on earth, Divi in the heavens, Devishu among the gods, Vapunaha among the devatas. Okay? Sattvam Prakriti Jair Muktam. Any existing entity that is Prakriti Jaihi Trigunabhi Muktam Syad. From these three gunas, there is nothing that is free from this. Everything on heaven or earth is affected by Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. And however sattvic you will have a rajasic aspect, and that is good. That will give you a drive in life. There will be a tamasic aspect which is good, which will help you relax in life. We can only talk about what we are predominantly. The aim is to be predominantly sattvic with rajas backing it up and tamas and the back. This is what the aim is to be. What is such a person called by guna? Brahmana, remember? Irrespective of the job he is doing in life, such a person is called a Brahmana. Predominantly Rajasic but backed up by Sattva, Tamas in the third place. By Guna Kshatriya, predominantly Rajasic, backed up by Tamas. Sattva in the last place, called Vaishya by Guna. Predominantly tamasic, naturally rajas in the second place, sattva in the third place. He will be called a kshudra gunataha, irrespective of what job he is doing, by guna. So whenever you find any community etc. is praised in the Shastra, it is always by guna. Because they are called varna ashrama dharmas. Varna means color. Color means white, red and black. White standing for sattva, red standing for rajas, black standing for tamas. This was a color coding. You are color coding, na? Your electrical wires are color coded or not? So color coding exists in all things. Your signals are color coded, na? Green means go, red means stop, yellow means go a bit faster. color coding is part of their color coding. Yeah. White is the nature of sattva, knowledge, etc. Therefore, they said white. Black is for laziness, ignorance, etc. Therefore, they said black for tamas. In between activity, fire is the nature of fire, etc. Therefore, red. This is the color coding they followed. Therefore, varna dharma, ashrama dharma. Varna according to your color means according to your gunas. According to your gunas. Ashrama according to your stage in life. This is how dharma was decided. How to do that dharma, the Gita talks about. So a lot of those systems have changed. That's okay. That's fine. All right. Now, in keeping with the gunas, he is talking about professions. In keeping with Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, that is in keeping with Varnas, Gunas, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, he is talking about what type of profession they will be good in. Purely on the basis of guna, not on the basis of karma or janma. Okay? What karma you will be good in. Nature of, by keeping in mind the nature of Sattva, Rajas, Tamas that is there in you. Very interesting. Let us look at that. Brahmana Kshatriya Visham Shudranam cha Parantapah Karmani Pravibhaktani Swabhava Prabhavair Gunaihi. For all these four, for want of a better word, caste, okay, ye Parantapah, ye Arjuna, Karmani Pravibhaktani, we have divided karmas also. Swabhava Prabhavaihi Gunaihi. Keeping the gunas that are of your own nature in mind, we are talking about it. All right. All right. What's Brahmana Karma here? Whatever karma involves these things, the Brahmana will be good in. That means Sattva Prajanam. That person will be good in all these, wherever these things are involved. What is that? Shamaha, Damaha, Tapas, Shautam, Kshanti, Arjavamevacha, Jnanam, Vijnanam, Astikyam, Brahma Karma Swabhavajam. Brahma Karma Swabhavajam. In keeping with your nature, this will be the karma that will be good in. Okay? What is that? The job that involves these things. Now you decide which job it is. Kshamaha. Mastery of the mind. What job involves that? Parenting. Damaha. Restraint at the physical level. Discipline. Yoga teacher. Why? How can I tell someone to do an asana unless I can do it myself? Therefore, I need that physical discipline. Damaha. Tapaha. Tapas. Which job involves tapas? Tapas is stepping out of my comfort zones, etc. Tapas is about willing to do what it takes, irrespective of how good or bad it is. Tapaha. Shaucham. Cleanliness. Inside, outside, both. Okay. Kshanti. You're accommodating people, etc. If you're a team leader, you need all this. Okay. Kshanti. Arjavam, straightforwardness. You're not manipulative. Yeah, Arjavam. Jnanam, which is knowledge focus. Vijnanam. Okay. Where jnanam is what you may have studied. Vijnanam is what you have validated out of that. Okay. Astikyam. A certain amount of trust, etc. Astikyam here is equating into the Vedas. Fair enough. Yeah. Why are we leaving Vedas out of your worldly thing anyway? Vedas are a part of your life. Spiritual studies are a part of your life. Therefore, are you committed to some spiritual growth, etc. This is Brahma Karma Swabhavajam. Brahmana Karma involves these things. Or if you are a Brahmana, you will be good where all these things are involved. If you are a Brahmana by guna, you will be good where these things are necessary. Which are those jobs? Can be anything. No? Can you see that? It can be anything. Many jobs involve some of these, no? Samadamaha, involved in all jobs. Accommodation of people. If you are working in a team, you will need that. You have to accommodate. The crazy maverick also has to be accommodated. The disruptor. You have to inspire all of them to function together. No? But they'll involve some leadership position. Correct. Yeah. Are you getting it? Therefore, he is not specified, do this karma, do this karma, this karma. These are the things that you will naturally have. If you are a sattvika person, these qualities you will naturally have. So, whichever job involves these qualities, you will be good in. Whether it is a corporate structure, NGO, government, gongos. You know what? India is the only country that has gongos. Because you have government functionaries, government agencies, and you have NGOs, non-governmental organizations. In India, you have government organized NGOs. They have gongos. Okay, there are plenty of them. Gongos. So, wherever you are working, yeah, wherever these qualities are, you will do good. Yeah, you will do good. You will have a healthy work-life balance. Everything will come into the picture. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Then, Shauryam Tejaha Dhriti Dakshyam Yuddhe cha apalayanam Danam Ishvara Bhavam cha Kshatram Karma Svabhavajam. This is Kshatriya Karma. If you are Rajas but backed with lot of Sattva in you, okay? What is that? Shauryam, bravery, courage. Courageous person. Not afraid to show that courage. To tap into that courage wherever necessary. Tejaha. You have a shine about you, meaning that confidence and that this about you, self-confidence, self-esteem, that shines in that. Tejaha. Dhritihi, an indomitable will. Whatever happens, if I decided to do it, nothing can stop me. Indomitable will. Dakshyam, you are capable. You have a high sense of personal effectiveness. Handling emotions, self-esteem, priority setting, all that is your personal effectiveness. Okay? All that. Communications, good communications, etc. You think good communications are only necessary in a corporate or a personal relationship? One of the greatest tragedies in British warfare, which was immortalized by Tennyson, I think in his poem, was based on miscommunication. Anyone knows which is it? None of you are students of warfare. That can understandable if you don't know it. Have you heard something called the Charge of the Light Brigade? Half a league, half a league, half a league onwards. Into the valley of death rode the Light Brigade. Cannons to the front of them, cannons to the left of them, cannons to the right of them. Into the valley of death rode the Light Brigade. There is not to question why, there is not to reason why, there is but to do and die. It goes on like that. It's a beautiful poem. I loved it as a kid. But you know, the whole thing was based on miscommunication. They were charging the wrong guns, the wrong battery of guns they were asked to charge. It's a different story. Therefore, communication, dakshyam, that becomes part of your personal effectiveness, all these qualities. Okay? Therefore, just because you are rajasic doesn't mean you are an idiot. You are a very competent person. Okay, Laksham. Yuddhe chapi apalayanam. You will not retreat in battle, meaning you will not run at the first sign of problems. You will not withdraw just because there are some problems on the path. Whichever path you have chosen. Unless situations have changed so much that you have to revisit your decision. Unless that, you will stick to that. Yeah. Apalayanam. Okay. Danam. You are large-hearted. You will share things with people. What you have. Karna is supposed to be the biggest example of that. You will never go to Karna and come back empty-handed. You'll get it. Yeah. Ishvara bhavamscha. You have a sense of being something. Ishvara bhavam. I am taking charge. I have to. It's natural for me to take charge. You can't be a Kshatriya and say, no, I will remain in the background. No Rajasic person does that. Unless he has become Sattvic. Okay? Yeah. But that in certain things that Ishvara Bhavam is necessary. You have to take charge when necessary. Yeah. Unless you become older and wiser and then you are saying, okay, let the others take charge. Now I have done my job. Now time for me to step back. That's a different type of taking charge. Okay? Ishvara Bhavam. Sure. You need that. Yeah. Even when things are going out of control and going haywire, you are still in charge of that situation. That is Ishvara Bhavam. Kshatriya Karma Swabhavajam. Wherever these are necessary, Kshatriya Karma. Again, it can be on the battlefield, it can be in a corporate, it can even be in a government setup. In a government setup? Election Commission. Election Commission where government stamp officers will do whatever the government asked. Until one session came around. I don't know whether older people will remember session. He changed how the government, how the election commission functions. Why? They are in charge, not the parties. To hold an election is the election commission job, not a government job. Government is supposed to support. The election commission is not supposed to support the government. The government is supposed to support the election commission. Ishvara bhavamscha. Yeah. That's part of the game. Yeah. Therefore, all this. Yeah. All this is Kshatriya Karma. In whatever form it comes, now you decide. He is only mentioning qualities, he is not mentioning jobs. Because it is applicable across the board. Then what happens when it comes to a Vaishya Bhavam? Here he mentioned some jobs, okay? Krishi Gauraksha Vanijyam Vaishya Karma Swabhavajam Paricharyatmakam Karma Shudrasyapi Swabhavajam. Okay? Here, Krishihi, agriculture. Gaurakshyam, herding cattle, etc. Cattle, cows, and other, whatever, cows, goats, sheep, whatever, cattle. Okay. Vanijyam, trade, business. Trade and business, is what Vaishya Karma Swabhavajam. It's natural for the Vaishya. Here he mentioned some jobs. Why? Because it is Rajas backed by Tamas. So instead of you are stepping down, guna wise you are stepping down. Therefore he mentions, take these things. You will be good at these things. That mindset will make you good in these things. But there is a lot of tamas in you also. By business, he doesn't mean be captain of an industry. There you need a lot of rajas. You need a lot of rajas. By business, he means local trade. Imagine opening a kirana shop and sitting there. It requires a different mindset, a business mindset. There, if you are very rajasic and you want to run around, you are not fit for business. You have to have patience, relax, sit down, tamas. हाँ आ जाएगा कस्टमर, तभी देखेगा. हाँ साहब बोलिए क्या चाहिए आपको. You can't act like big boss there. You come here, what for? No. हाँ आइए ना, देखिए बहुत सारा मटेरियल है अपना पास. Is the difference between a Maharashtrian running, sorry if it is politically incorrect, a Maharashtrian running a sari shop and a Gujarati running a sari shop. If you go to this Prarthana Samaj area, you will find both side by side. You can easily make out the shop that the Maharashtrians are running and the shop that the Gujaratis are running. The shop that Gujaratis run is overflowing with people. In a Maharashtrian shop, if you go, they are keeping quiet there. They are waiting for you to open. हाँ थोड़ा साड़ी खरीदना. अच्छा आपके लिए. हाँ थोड़ा साड़ी दिखाइए. कौन सा टाइप चाहिए. ये सब है हमारा. All these are there. What type you need? Show me that one. Okay, show. That one also. Third one you ask, they'll say, आपको साड़ी लेना है. You go to a Gujarati shop. And they, साड़ी लेना है. हाँ साड़ी आइए ना दिखाएगा. बहुत सारा है अभी. Before you have asked, he has opened up 3-4. नहीं देखने दे. देखने में क्या गरज है. Another 3 he will open up. You will not come away without buying 1 or 2. Business mind. Yeah. So don't look down upon that business mind, that Vaishya mind, okay, is necessary. There is place for everyone in the society. There is place for everyone in the society. Yeah, you need business people like that. Yeah. Well, I said, okay, yeah, my customer has come. He won't go with it without picking up 1 or 2. भाई मैं इसको 20 सारी दिखाएगा. 1-2 तो ले गए. Not show 1 or 2 and expect you to make a decision. Yeah. I'm sure ladies will love to go a shop like this. No? The men with them may get bored. That's a different thing. Because men's mindset and women's mindset are different in this when it comes to shopping. Yeah. A man will go shopping and buy 3 white shirts and 2 black pants and come home. And the woman will wonder why 3 white shirts. Why when they dress, a man tries to look as similar as possible every day, whereas a woman tries to look as different as possible every day. So if you are running a shop, you need to have that mindset I talked about. 20 saris I'll show you. You need to have that mindset. Yeah. Okay, so you know now who is good. Then what about Shudra Karma? Paricharyatmakam Karma, Shaudrasyapi Swabhavajam. Now, if you are a Shudra Bhava, meaning predominantly tamasic, backed by little Rajas and Tamas, are you a type of person who will take risk to set up an independent business? Risk taking is not in you. You are tamasic, remember? You don't want to carry work home and things like that. You want to leave your responsibility to the office and go home. Therefore, you are good to be the hands and legs in other people's business, in other people's enterprises. Be hands and legs there. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. You know, when I was in my marine workshop, there was one old worker, kept him on only because one worker, the whole company has got 1,000 workers, ek ko rakh do. He was old, going retirement, he had no interest in things. Tamasic person. Said, isko kya kaam de dega? How will we make this guy productive? I said, simple. Give him all those repetitive, boring jobs that nobody else will want to do. Like cleaning up all the nuts and bolts, for example. Each thing has to be cleaned. And you have to run. Or you have to run a rethreader and see if it is okay. It's a boring job. Nobody likes to do it. Give it to him. Will he do it? I said, try na. And he did. And he was very happy. Why? Because he is feeling productive. It's a boring job nobody else wanted. But he did it because he was happy with doing that. He is feeling productive. Because even a tamasic person wants to feel productive in a setup. He felt so productive. He went for an interview to be a high-skilled worker. So those days, this was some 40 years ago I'm talking about, more than 40 years ago. 40 years? No, 50 years almost, yeah. So they asked him, what is a micrometer? And he answered, Sir, हमारा टाइम में सेंटीमीटर मिलीमीटर था, ये माइक्रोमीटर क्या है नहीं मालूम है. This is a type of guy, okay. But there is use for him also. What do you think all your society watchmen are? Do you think they will be able to protect you against someone who comes to attack? 90% of them will not be able to. But what is their job? To see who is coming, going, someone who is not supposed to be is not coming, to see that the car is parked okay, gate is opened okay. Simple jobs like that, na? Correct? Simple jobs. Which they are good at. You and I will die in that job. Few days and we'll run away. Yeah. Imagine going to half a dozen houses and cooking. अरे मेरे को एक घर में कुक करने के लिए बोर लग रहा है. You're going to half a dozen houses cooking. And each house wants it different. So the cook is very happy to come to my place, my man. क्या बना दो? जो है वो बना लो. अच्छा दाल ये सब्जी बना दो. हाँ बना लो. I'm happy to eat whatever she cooks. I find it boring. But she's okay. So she likes it. हाँ साहब किटकिट नहीं करते. क्या भी बनाओ अच्छा है साहब के लिए. Doing jhadu pota in half a dozen houses. Now I have found maids who were too good for that job. But they came from an educational background which was poor. Now what do? So I help them do things like beautician's course and things like that, and come up in life. Because they are not that tamasic. That they are victims of circumstances, of karma, bad karma. So help them out. Yeah. Everyone has a place. So only for Vaishya and Shudra is mentioned some sort of jobs. Because if you are predominantly sattvic or predominantly rajasic with a lot of sattva backing you up, you can do anything in life. Makes sense to choose jobs that goes with your gunas. So this is a very general guideline. Then are we stuck in our gunas? Nope. The idea is to grow out of those gunas. The idea is how we can grow out of the gunas and become predominantly sattvic irrespective of what work we are doing. And not remain at sattva level. To understand what is beyond sattva, rajas, tamas, I, the pure consciousness, and make it a fact of my life. That is the aim. How does one go about that? How does one go about that? That is the topic for the next 2-3 verses. Beautiful. In fact, the 46th verse sums up half the Gita, I'll tell you. One verse. Yeah. In fact, I took some 10-15 years ago, I took a camp only on that verse, dealing with that one verse. Okay. But that we will see next class. Okay. It's too big a topic to go today. So, good place to stop. So, we are known what is this, what is this, what is this whole thing. It's Sattva, Rajas, Tamas is meant for self-examination to see what we are and what we can become. Okay. So, good place to be. Okay. Good place to stop. Om Tat Sat.